Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at Theta against USDT. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. So we're on TradingView. This is the daily chart. We do have an inverse head and shoulders pattern playing out right now as we speak. We do have the neckline above us, and your target is going to be right over here on $15.83, pretty much the previous all-time high right now. And that's good because you only are actually going to have that as your technical target if you break the neckline, backtest as support, and start opening up candles or open a candle above this resistance. Because if you do something like this and you have a wick, right, but the body of the candle is here, and then you break down, that doesn't give you the technical target. Okay, so how do I get the target? You take a trend line from the top of the resistance to the bottom of the head, and you place it wherever you think the breakout is going to happen, and that pretty much gives you the target of the previous all-time high. So from here to there, that is a 150% trade. So it's looking great. And yeah, look to accumulate. We're sitting on support right now, and we have yet to get the bullish cross. So when you get the bullish cross where the 20 EMA crosses above the 55 EMA, that's pretty much your confirmation. But that can happen after the price has already gone up above the 0.5 and the golden ratio, right? So you just want a dollar cost average. You never know where it's going to start coming to those resistance levels. So you just want a dollar cost average through the dips. And if it's pretty much coming up and getting parabolic, you don't want to be buying the tops, okay? Don't be buying big green candles because you're going to get red ones in a short while. So yeah, that's it for Theta on the daily chart on TradingView. Now let's jump into Binance. Now jumping into Binance on the 4-hourly chart, we do have a couple of potential bearish patterns playing out. So the first one that I spotted was this bear flag. So the bear flag is over here. You can see the pole, this move towards the downside, and now we have this upper channel, this channel up pattern, and that is your bearish flag. So how do you take a target from this bearish flag? Is you take the pole as a trend line, you take it and place it wherever you think the breakout is going to happen, and that gives you your technical target, okay? So that gives you a $4.84 price, and that is in the case if we start losing the lower support line of this flag, right? So if you do something like this, and then you start losing, and you open up a candle below the support, well, then yeah, you're coming back down. But if you're losing this, you do have this large support line over here, this multi-day support line that we have going on. And we've held it since October 4th. We bounced off October 12th. And now if we start losing this flag, you potentially want to be looking at this large trend line to hold as support, okay? That trend line currently is sitting at somewhere around $5.50. As you can see, it's declining, so the price may vary. But what is this trend line, you ask? Well, this trend line is a potential head and shoulders neckline, okay? So bear with me. This is your left shoulder, this is your head, and if you start coming up, okay, and you get rejected from this resistance of that bear flag, okay, you come back down and you lose the support of the bear flag, you're creating essentially the right shoulder. So that's a bearish pattern in itself, okay? This head and shoulders pattern is a bearish pattern. And this neckline is your last hope pretty much, because if you bounce off of it and go up, great, that's a nice entry point for you on Theta. But if you start losing it and you open up a candle below the neckline, well, that gives you a whole new target down below over here at $4.13. Now, I know it sounds too bearish, okay? I know it sounds ridiculous, but it is still possible. You don't know how low Bitcoin's going to dip after this massive rally, right? Because exchanges are going to want their liquidations, and they're going to get those liquidations only if there's a certain amount of money in the long positions, okay? So they want those billions in liquidations, and nobody's gonna stop them. So we do have this little rectangle, and this is going to be your support zone only if you start losing these support lines that I gave you, okay? If you start losing the support of the bear flag and if you start losing the neckline over here. You can invalidate the bear flag by just breaking this resistance, back testing as support, and then going on, right? But if you keep adhering to this upper channel, you're pretty much doomed to break down, and hopefully this support can hold, okay? So other than that, right now, this is your support levels, $4.82, $4.12. That is your support area. Have some buy orders over here. So October 18th, we may have the pullback. We may start the euphoria run. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but something is going to happen, obviously. But if we take a trend, if we take the fib retracement actually and place it at this swing high, so yeah, as you can see, the golden ratio is exactly co-aligning right now with this upper resistance of the bear flag. Now, what that means is there's more resistance here now. Now, not only is the resistance of the bear flag there, the golden ratio over here is as well. So you can just end up bouncing off of that and coming back down. So that's another thing that has me worried is this golden ratio, because this can be your ABC correction, right? This is your A wave, B, and C, your pullback, right? So you just never know. Keep an eye on the fib. Set up your fib from this swing low in October 13th and this swing high October 10th. You get your golden ratio, and if you fail to break that, if you fail to break, you get rejected, which is likely to happen. You usually get rejected off the golden ratio in an ABC correction, okay? You get rejected, have some money ready on these lower levels. If you lose the neckline, obviously, if you bounce off over here, it's great. You can even bounce from $5.57, which is the zero level on the fib, create a nice little double bottom pattern, and you can be on your way. But I'm just making you aware of the fact that there is potential downside for Theta, as is for any project really, but those are your technical targets to the downside if you start losing the neckline. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too difficult to understand. The RSI over here, as you can see, we were in the overbought, had the pullback all the way to the oversold, and now we're having a bounce, this kind of V-shaped correction. So would I start buying into Theta right now? I would say it's a good time to start dollar cost averaging because you don't have the bullish cross yet. Once you get the bullish cross, you get the party started, right? But I would wait for the stochastic RSI to cool down a bit because, as you can see, it's sitting on the overbought over here. So you want to see it come back down to the oversold on the 4-hourly. That's potentially where you start a dollar cost averaging your project. We do have a bullish cross on the MACD that confirms the uptrend below the histogram. So this is your confirmation of the uptrend. And now let's get to the daily chart and see what's happening over there. So, okay, let's remove the drawings for now. And as you can see, we're waiting for the bullish cross. Okay, we're waiting for the bullish cross. We're getting rejected by the 200 EMA, as you can see over here. We're hitting our head on the 200 EMA, but we're above the 20 EMA. We're above the 55 EMA. So if we can just stay there, we're going to let the EMAs creep up, have the bullish cross. That sends us up pretty much. Okay, so let me check some other EMAs. Okay, not really anything important there. So yeah, it's what it is. Looking at the daily chart, let's see what we have going on over here. So a potential support trend line if you start falling back down, right? Over here, if you have that kind of sell-off, this is where you potentially want to be looking at. So just open up your charts and have these exact drawings copied to your chart, because this way you can look at it anytime without even opening up my video, right? So I just want to teach you how to do this stuff. Also, you can see that there is a support level potentially being respected over here. As you can see, you did have one bounce over here, right? That's your first bounce, and this is going to be your second bounce over here where you bounce off, and potentially you're looking at a third bounce over there if you are going to start pulling back down. if you lose this support, you're coming back down to this one perhaps, so have some buy orders when you see the RSI touch this lower support trend line. On the daily, it's looking pretty good. On the stochastic, we're coming back down already. So you might just wait a couple more days while we get to the oversold over here. But yeah, I would say you could start dollar cost averaging, obviously, but just have some money ready for October 18th in the case of a pullback, right? We do have a bullish cross over here on the daily MACD, which is great. That gives us the confirmation, and we could have a EMA squeeze over here on the daily MACD as well, where the moving average bounces off from the signal line, and that is in itself as a bullish cross, that acts as a bullish cross. But the MACD is a lagging indicator. You look at it for confirmation, and right now we're potentially having that squeeze. If you get a bearish cross, that means you're in a downtrend already, and you just expect more downside potentially, right? So yeah, look for these support levels that I just gave you. Let's jump into the weekly chart real quick. Don't want to be taking a lot of your time. So as you can see, we are below the weekly 20 EMA. Wow, that's something that yeah, you can see we're below the 20 weekly EMA. So we want to get above it. We want to get above it, that $6.61. Once you start getting above it, and holding it as support, you're in an uptrend, okay? But so far you're consolidating on the weekly chart, but you can see that we have some sort of a double top pattern over here. So if you take a trend line, place it to the top, okay, and if you actually, that was not the log scale, I do apologize. So take that trend line. If you break that high, you're looking at $16, okay? You're looking at $16 if you start breaking this neckline, because you do have the double bottom over here, right? That's your neckline. You take a trend line from the bottom to the neckline and place it above to see where the target is. So $16-ish is your target once you start breaking that neckline, and that neckline beautifully co-aligns with the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders on the weekly as well. So it's looking bullish, but start accumulating if you want to right now, but I perhaps put in 25% of my money right now and then wait till October 18th. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know if I missed out anything on the charts. So look at this trend line. So you can see that we're being suppressed by this trend line actually over here. So once you see this trend line broken, okay, that will be a massive signal that we're coming up, right? So you can see that we're being kind of squeezed up over here, and this is actually bullish. This is bullish. You're being squeezed in here. You have a horizontal kind of triangle playing out over here. So actually, if I do take a trend line and place it, and we start breaking out anywhere over here, that gives you a target of $20 almost. So yeah, just notice that. I do apologize. Should have taken a look at the weekly chart before the video, but yeah, you're looking at something like that, because you see this trend line pulling us back every time we touch it over here. So once you start breaking this weekly trend line resistance, that's your confirmation of an uptrend. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Check out the Telegram chat, check out the Discord server for some TA, and check out the videos on your screen right now. That's it for me. Goodbye and good night.